13 degrees in town, and let's get among our young people and talk sustainability. 300 ACT school students are taking part in a parliament of youth on sustainability, and they've come up with solutions such as a water taxi service on Lake Billy Griffin, a clean energy innovation fund for Canberra, and solar power wristbands for Canberra citizens. And just some of the 66 proposals which are being presented today. And I spoke to Quinn, who's the project officer for Sea Change, who's organised the event today.
You're quite right. It's for a parliament of young people from all around Canberra schools, looking at what the actions we could take to reduce Canberra's enormous ecological footprint.
Is it an enormous ecological footprint?
Yeah, it certainly is. So on average, Canberra people have a footprint of about 8.9 global hectares per person. And if we continue living like that, we actually need 5 Earths to sustain our lifestyle, which really doesn't work. It doesn't add up.
So in the background you can hear students there, and Quinn's with me. You've put it back to the young people who are going to be growing up here. You've got 300 ACT school students. Tell us what you've done.
Okay, so students have worked in their schools and they've formed teams. Each team has come today with what we're calling a green paper, and it's got one proposal for action to reduce our footprint. And now they're meeting in year group committees this morning, and there's a lot of noise. They're all streaming out now for activities. They're meeting in year group committees to present their proposals to other students from other schools. Then they're going to vote for the best proposals in each year group committee and bring them to a full parliament session this afternoon, where we've got Simon Corbell, Shane Rattenbury and Nicole Lauder coming along to hear what the students have come up with.
And you've got a student there. I think it's June Fang, is that right?
Oh, yeah, I have June with me. She's from Garran Primary School.
Can I talk to June?
Sure, here she is.
Hey, June. Good to talk to you. Now, tell me, which school are you at?
I'm from Garran Primary School.
Okay, and tell me about your ideas for making Canberra more sustainable.
So, me and my group, we thought up an idea to have every single building in the ACT have a more sustainable building code, which meant that you have to have water tanks, motion sensor lights, and solar panels in each building.
So you would make it that every time you built a building, you'd have to put those things in?
Yeah, the government would cover a quarter of the building cost, and then the rest of it would be in the initial building price for the owner.
Right, and what about for old buildings? What would you do for them?
We didn't talk a lot about that. I think they would be left as they were.
Okay.
Just the new ones.
Yeah, so it's just the new ones. And tell me, at home, what are the sort of, do you turn off the lights at home, June? Tell me about the sorts of things you do at home to make...
At home we have water tanks, and I like to turn off the lights. We turn off the lights when we're not home, and we just try and be as sustainable as possible. And
do you ride your bikes and walk and that sort of thing? Yeah.
We have the Hyperdome very close to our house, so sometimes we walk there.
Fantastic. And what are you making of this event today?
It's really fun and exciting. I was really happy to be chosen to come represent my school. So, yeah.
How many were chosen from your school, June?
I'm not actually that sure, but in my class, I think there were 3 chosen.
But you're loving school?
It's really fun.
Oh, that's terrific. June, thanks so much. If you don't mind handing me back to Anne. And thanks so much for talking to me today.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. So, Anne, in terms of this format, tell me about the thinking and what you want to achieve.
We really want to achieve a genuine forum for young people in Canberra to talk about environmental and sustainability issues. So I said to the volunteers this morning, so we have senior students who actually run all the committees, they volunteer. And I said, let's just throw away all of the busyness that we've been feeling in getting ready for this and focus on what we're here for. And it is for all of us to start thinking much more about how we live and what actually is sustainable. That's our aim.
And June's idea about buildings, because I know that is one of the really big issues, so she's gone straight there. But what are some of the lovely other ideas that you've heard from the students?
Well, look, we've received 66 green papers, so 66 different proposals, ranging from some in the very young age groups where they suggest that everyone should plant a tree seed every year, way up to geothermal systems for heating buildings that are much more sustainable than the current heating methods we have. It's a huge range of ideas. And the really good fun bit is the full Parliament session where we get to hear the 16 best. That will show that full range, and students then have to vote to choose the 6 final ones.
And look, you never know. One of these ideas could...
Oh, wouldn't that be fabulous?
It would.
You know, we have the real people who make the laws sitting listening to them. And imagine that if you were in year 3 and you found out, you know, that your proposal was actually going to happen. Oh,
we look forward to hearing policies from Liberal, Labor and Green. Might come out of this session.
Perhaps you should interview them later and ask them what they're going to do.
Look, good on you for asking our young people actually going there and running and running an event like this. I hope it continues. It obviously sounds very great fun there. I hope it continues.
It is fun, Alex, and thanks so much for calling.
All right. Thanks, Anne.
Okay, thanks,
Bye.
Alex.
It's Anne Quinn, Project Officer for Sea Change, in amongst the kids there, 300 of them at the Parliament of Youth on Sustainability, 300 school students in Canberra discussing about their future. You are on 666 14 degrees. Alex Sloan with you this afternoon.